What up, YouTube? It's Ron here, representing Photonic Visuals, bringing you part 2 of the Vault of Glass strategy and tips guide. So this footage that you're seeing right here is actually the first boss, which is kill the Templar. And there's a couple things you need to do before you get to this first boss. As soon as you get that first chest from part 1, you're going to come through, you're going to see this huge room with a bunch of platforms you actually have to jump onto just to get to this area. And the moment you get to the last platform before you jump into this area, you're going to see a huge bright light, which is a conflux. And it's very similar to the public events that you have on Venus, where some of the Vex will come and touch it and they'll try to sacrifice himself. So the part 1 of this area is there's going to be one spire, and the Vex are all going to try to run towards it or sacrifice themselves on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to kill as many of the Vex, making sure they don't touch it. I'm pretty sure you can let 1 or 2 pass, but if you could really not let any of the Vex through, do so. And as soon as the one spire is done, then it's going to be 2, one on the left and one on the right. You're going to do the exact same thing, but what ends up happening is there's going to be these goblins that are called fanatics. They're going to be yellow bars that have like greenish energy around them. If you kill them, you're going to get and if you touch them, you're going to get marked by an oracle, or marked for a ritual negotiation. And when you first spawn into that room and you look straight down, there is a circular pad from where you're seeing the gameplay now. It's a little bit to the left on the ground where you pick up the relic from. You're able to go there and get yourself cleansed, right? If you don't get yourself cleansed and you're still stuck with that green debuff on your screen, as soon as the Templar does the rites for negotiation, it's insta-kill for you. So make sure that you run over to that circle and get yourself cleansed if you do get marked. The next part after that is going to be 3 spires. There's going to be one on the left, one on the right, and one in the middle. And it's best to split up in groups of 2 at that point. Make sure none of the Vex come and touch it. Make sure they don't come and sacrifice themselves. As soon as you get through that part, the oracles start showing up. And you'll know when you start hearing the tones. And there is a note that you guys should take in. This specific boss, the first boss, messes up with your sound. So make sure that you're not tripping that, the sound on your TV is messed up, or like you can't hear other people's gunshots. That's what this boss does. It'll mess up with your head, taking away the audio. So it's very difficult to even hear the enemies coming, so make sure you keep an eye on the radar. And the oracles, as soon as they show up, they're going to pop up with their song. There's 7 of them all together, and they're going to be in different places across the map. At that point, it'll be great to spread out, at least in the same formation that you guys did with the 3 spires, is 2 to the left, 2 in the center, in the back, and 2 to the right. And whenever you see an oracle pop up, everyone just start going at them, right? And you got to be careful. There are going to be hobgoblins that will snipe you from those platforms all out on the outside. And what you guys are going to want to do, as soon as all the oracles are done, and it is really just time, there isn't really like a set HP or anything they have to destroy. You just have to shoot all the oracles when you can. And I'm pretty sure every time you mess up, it actually resets. And as you can see, I got killed here as soon as the Templar teleported. But as soon as that's done, then you're going to be where the footage is right now. It's the final, where the first boss's final form. So whoever's going to be getting the relic is going to be doing 2 things. And this area that you see us chilling in, which is like right beside the center where the boss first spawns, it's a great place to camp just because the boss can't see you there. The person on the relic, so whoever has relic duty, is going to be doing a couple things. One of them is cleansing the team when the team gets marked by oracles, right? So there is a chance that you guys aren't going to be getting all the oracles, and what we do is only get the oracles that we see visually. If it's too far away, we don't even get it because the person with the relic can cleanse us anyway. Next, leave all the harpies that are flying around to the person with the relic. Just because it actually supercharges them. Their supercharge is what removes the shield from the boss, as you can see there. And as soon as you remove the shield from the boss, don't just blast your rockets, just because the boss sometimes puts a shield around you. And I have blasted a rocket when the shield got put into, or I got put into that little bubble and ended up killing myself. So just remember, as soon as the shield gets taken away from the boss, that he will actually put a bubble around you guys, kind of like a force field. It's like he traps you, and all it will take is time. Make sure you try to look and remember where you see the heavy ammo that's fallen from the enemies that you break in. As you can see, those bubbles that I'm talking about right there. Also, snipers do a lot of damage. The crit spot is the eye, the shiny part in the eye. And if you do it for more, if you're fighting the boss for more than 10 minutes, he will get enraged and spawn a lot of minotaurs. There is also another tip. You could block him teleporting by the person with the relic going to the next spot he's going to teleport in. And the way you find out where he's going to teleport, the next platform he's going to be on is going to have a ring with a red ring and a blue light from the center of the ring. And if the person with the relic stands in that spot, he actually doesn't get teleported away. And what ends up happening is he'll spawn 3 minotaurs into the map if he doesn't get to teleport. Right? So as you can see us, we all get marked. We're all trying to find the guy with the shield. And we're all going to stand there just to get cleansed. And we're really close to the end here for this boss guy. And what's great is every one of these checkpoints that you go through, you get a drop. So when I started this video, you saw that I got a drop. That was from beating the oracles part. So that means doing the three parts for the spire. The one in the center, the one on the left and the right, and the one that has all 3. And then the oracles, you get a drop. Beating the boss here, you'll get another drop. And in this next section, you're actually going to see us go through the beginning of the maze just to open 2 more chests, right? So there's 3 chests in total in the vault that we found, and I'm pretty sure 3 drops where you can get gear from the boss. So what I'm actually seeing, what you guys are seeing on screen right now, is I was level 28 for this first playthrough, and I was able to get a drop within these 2 chests that we're going to be going up ahead. I was able to get Patience in Time, which is an exotic sniper rifle, as well as a raid chest, a legendary chest that I've actually fully upgraded before we came into the second part of our raid part. And I noticed from then is when to get to level 30, you need to have 4 pieces of gear that can get you 30 light. Either having 4 pieces of raid legendary gear, or 1 exotic and 3 pieces of legendary gear from the raid. But you need to have 3 raid gear and an exotic, or 4 pieces of raid gear that will get you 30 light, and a total of 120 light, which maxes you out at level 30. So this part right here, when you do jump off before going into the Gorgons labyrinth, make sure you save a double jump, just because you could splatter yourself just from falling really high. So I just pop a double jump right there. As you can see, it still took a lot of damage just falling. At least I didn't kill myself. And we are actually going towards, I'm going the wrong way here. We're actually going towards the first loot chest, and you're going to see where it is as soon as I find the rest of my fire team here. So the first loot chest requires a little bit of jumping, so platforming right here. So it's pretty much the left of where you guys jump down from, and you're going to see these little rocks that are protruding from the cliff side, and you're just going to jump back and forth. And there is a part where it's really hard to see the door because it is really dark. If you have any grenades, you could toss them in there just to light it up for you. It's really to be able to give people who haven't been here the right spot to aim for. As you can see, I missed. You're supposed to aim right for the center of that archway. And once these guys get in, you'll be able to see where it is. As you can see there, that's where it is. It is really dark, and the only way you'll be able to get in is to know exactly where to land. And as soon as you get in this spot, all you have to do is just go to the back of the cavern. You'll see the chest. Whoever opens the chest, make sure everybody is there. And this is part of the team play part, because if someone opens it up and the whole squad isn't there, if the loot chest goes away before the last person gets there, they're not going to get anything. Right? And that can be really frustrating, especially, the platforming part isn't easy, especially if you're a hunter with a blink. You're dealing with a teleport. It's not like a calculated double jump or a triple jump. And what I should have done was switch over. And I don't know if you guys have heard the news, but there has been a raid party that's actually beaten the raid in 37 minutes. And when you looked into the stats of it, there was 5 hunters and a warlock. And when you can understand the next part for the final boss, which I'll have in the third part of my video here. 5 hunters with times vengeance, which allows you to spawn a super every 2 seconds. So the cooldown for your super is 2 seconds. It makes a lot of sense when there's 5 gunslingers popping their super back to back to back to back. At the boss. It's pretty crazy. So this guy's just waiting here for us. After the Gorgons maze, the only footage I didn't put up here. Oh, there it is. Patience and time. Plus, I got 3 shards. And the only thing that I didn't put up here was the platforming part, just because, once you've done it a couple times, you're able to get through it. The first time, it takes a long time, especially for a lot of people who've never done it before. The first time I went through the platforming part after the maze was about half an hour. And here I am trying to, thinking if I should upgrade. And see, what I just did right there was a waste of shards. Just because I didn't know at this point that the chest piece that I was wearing would only get maximum 27 light, right? So ended up using 6 shards to upgrade, and not being able to get to 30 light on the chest was a bit upsetting, but it's okay. I'm actually hoarding all my shards right now, just so I'm waiting for gauntlets and boots from the raid. And the only way you're going to get that is playing the raid multiple times. And once you beat it once, then you know the drill. You'll know all the tips and tricks, and it does get faster and faster, especially if you're playing with a fire team that you play with on a regular. And so this second part that we're going to right here, if you ever get caught by the Gorgon's gaze, as soon as you respawn, all you have to do is go to the left, and you're going to see 2 tunnels. Stick to the right tunnel. Wait until the Gorgon passes around, and make sure you guys don't double jump, don't sprint. Just run all the way to the right. You're going to see this vault right here. And there you go, the treasure chest. And this is it for part 2. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to check out part 3, just wait for the upload, and hopefully you guys enjoyed and it was very helpful. If you can support me, just hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.